So this isn't really much of a news segment, but this is a shout out. Okay. Now, Right Brian TV, right Brian. Right Brain TV. I said Right Brian, Right Brain TV. You know, we're going to keep that in there because you know what? If I make a mistake, I'm going to own up to it. Right Brain TV are doing a underground virtual premiere with both Jimmy Dore and Max Blumenthal. It will open Tom Knight's show. Sorry, tonight's show. So there you go. And it's going to be a stand-up show. And I wanted to give them a shout out because Right Brain TV, you have been a very good friend and ally not only to Hardlands Media, but to a couple other people as well. And you know something, folks, while some of the stories might have been grim, dark, and bleak, I think all of you deserve a little bit of a laugh. I will not pause. I will not interrupt. But I want to just give a huge shout out. And I asked Right Brain TV if I can add some of their links so they could talk a little bit more about the show. And I think it's great. I love it. I think this is good. 10 out of 10.
It's appropriate that I would do comedy because my profession is a fucking joke. And we just, at home, gave $95 billion in a supplemental to a hyper-militarized Nazi state controlled by a psychotic, narcissistic Jewish guy, and I can't tell if it's Ukraine or Israel.
If I see one more billionaire say we can't afford health care, I'm not going to kill him, but I will torture him.
And this was actually the New York Times headline. Second Gaza aid convoy ends in violence. Like it was the end of a Jerry Springer episode where like the baby daddy finds out that it's not the mom. They did the DNA test and it just ends in violence, you know, and they bring out the bouncers and the bodyguards.
Jews have been waiting for the savior, and then he came and they fucking killed him. I don't understand. It's like, you know, I'm from Chicago. We're still not waiting for the greatest basketball player of all time. He came, we accepted him, and we didn't kill him.
I love that. I love that. Hold on. There's a little bit more. There's a little bit more here because apparently the show is actually what I just found out. It is actually today. It's actually going to be today. And so there's going to be an encore show on Saturday. So I think it's only fair. I just want to play one other video here. Shout out again to Jimmy Dore. All the best to him. There's another video clip here.
What's your nationality?
Serbian.
Oh, Serbian. Oh, okay. I think we bombed you, right? If I see one more billionaire say we can't afford health care, I'm not going to kill him, but I will torture him. I'd be one of those guys. YouTube journalist Jimmy Dore was arrested at the Tel Aviv airport for his social media posts where he called Zionists Nazis. So when that Luigi thing happened, I can't deny I was very happy and I was very celebratory. And then people are like, you shouldn't be celebrating that. And I was like, well, what am I supposed to do with all these fireworks that I bought? Jews have been waiting for the savior, and then he came and they fucking killed him. I don't understand. It's like, you know, I'm from Chicago. We're still not waiting for the greatest basketball player of all time. He came, we accepted him, and we didn't kill him.
So it's actually going to be today. And I want to give a huge shout out to Right Brain TV, Max Blumenthal, and Jimmy Dore. So Jimmy Dore underground virtual premiere. What happens when the most dangerous anti-imperialist comedian to the empire and the only underground anti-imperialist streaming on the web join forces for one exclusive raw, uncut comedian performance? Jimmy Dore underground. So it's a collaboration, and there's a lot of good things about this because first of all, for everybody tuning in, they're going to be talking about all sorts of subjects, especially, and even Max Blumenthal is going to be there, so you could buy tickets now. I think the ticket prices are actually $7.50 per ticket. So if you want to, I will be posting the link to Right Brain TV. And I want to give a huge shout out to Right Brain TV because, like, they've actually helped out Heartlands Media in the past, like, by sharing our content on social media. And I think it's a very good, I've been to the Jimmy Dore show. I saw a couple of his comedy shows before in the past. He's been a good friend of the show. And, for those who've helped out Heartlands Media, let's face it, folks, we need some laughter in this day and age. We need humor in this day and age. And I think more importantly, we need people to be laughing and smiling and enjoying themselves. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a lot of highlights to it. So everyone, if you get a chance, 9 p.m. Eastern is when it happens today, Thursday, April 24th. If you don't got it, get it. If you don't get it, go figure it out. Right Brain TV, not Right Brian, Right Brain, WRITEBRAIN TV. So it's going to be a special virtual premiere. So it's a $7 entry. I think it'll be pretty cool. So there you go. Let's see. Hold on. Sunflower Gunpowder says, Kit would make a guest host. Well, someday, just not today. I don't know if I could be a guest host. I don't know. Hey, listen, I love doing Heartlands Media. I love hanging out with all you lovely, beautiful people. And you know what was interesting? The last time Jimmy Dore was here in Chicago, what was really cool was we were at this comedy show. Not comedy show. Of course, we were at the Jimmy Dore show. But we were at this comedy center on the south side of Chicago. And there was at least like 30 people who knew who me and Daniel were. It was so great. It was really nice. Everyone was coming up to us, hugging us, and it was a great time. So look, I've always had a good time at the Jimmy Dore show, and I figured just do this segment in here to put some smiles on our faces because let's face it, doing this kind of show all the time, every time, sometimes the news can be a little too much. Sometimes it's the news. The news is just it goes too far. It hurts my soul, but there you go. But I just wanted to say again, everyone, tune in, check it out. Max, Jimmy, laughter's the best medicine, and I have been laughing these past 2 days because laughter is just pure gold. So everyone, check it out. It's happening tonight. I'll be posting the links in the description box below. Check it out. If you don't got it, get it. If you don't get it, you better go figure it out right now.
And you don't stop. Just push through and you don't stop. Broken and bruised, you don't stop. Coughing up fluid, you don't stop. Alright, fresh from the mines that brought you King Midas. Sign of the times, call me Homo detritus. Karma's a beast and its fleas make a plague look childish. Are we home of the brave or the best or the brightest? None of the above, and my answer's as final as one wrong look at one of Brooklyn's finest. Now Barack was a real class act, better walk to The Hague so stylish, where he can perch on a warlord's throne, made a little known Middle East drone violence. Buddy, they were logging mileage while you and your smartphone were both on silent. Too busy hailing Barack as a well-spoken token that prejudice was dead and America had woken up when all along our bigotry was thriving. In a rising red vitriolic tide so thick that it is binding, like a contract of slavery they gave us in writing. Loophole amendments that lay on their minds and then go into hiding, so they can legislate slaves to a 20-cent wage if they're on the inside. The road isn't long, it is wide, and there's not much winding. They just lead you to a lifetime of small crime, bring you back and put you in a line, doing sweatshop labor for a couple fucking dimes. And you can spend your whole life here being beaten by a staff of steroid gym rat white nationals. Do it all for Nike, buddy. Do it for the Capitol. Do it for the guards so they'll treat you like an animal. Do it when you're sick or you're sore because you have to. Do it so the prison shareholders can roll in their dough and remodel their bathrooms with walk-in showers that might be a little bit bigger than the cell where you spend 20 hours of your 24, maybe more. They don't count it anymore. They just need you well enough to move a product out the door. They just got a marble countertop and all new tile floors. Heated fucking seats on a bidet that you help them afford. But they won't lift a finger if your warden goes overboard, makes your common area an unspoken COVID ward. Lets you intermingle like he hadn't really done before. Now there's a lot of pits dug up in the yard, all numbered, and he still won't tell you what the number's for. But it's gotta be a warning. and probably the kind that you might need thunder for. When the realization strikes, they've been grouping you tight and restricting your time outside. It won't take a genius to link it to all of the coughing that's keeping you up every night. So if you can't abide slaves, I'll state the case plain. A prisoner shares the same rights. And your tax dollars are lining the pockets of those who ensure that the luxuries of medicine and showers are consistently denied. And you can spend 8 years if you're black because you burned up a trash can, but you won't see any time if you rape when you're young and you're white. And in 5 years' time, that white rapist guy gets a job as a guard where he finds a new prey to dehumanize. And it's ingrained as a part of our system of justice so deeply that it's not scrutinized. And if we're talking capital punishment, all of these assholes with bludgeons who call themselves justice could probably be euthanized. Rather than giving them 70 humans to supervise, torture, and brutalize. Sensitivity training can't teach you the value of human life. It's a message that's basic. Our nature has shaped it, and culture is born out of breaking it down and then seeing it crucified. I feel like I'm watching every day with exponentially more lucid eyes, till I'm drooling out my cheek and down my side, and my eyes are the dullest shade of overdose white. When just a dose of reality hits like an overdose might. It's a gross mentality that keeps this country going. Makes you wonder why we're keeping it alive. And we don't stop. Just push through and you don't stop. Coughing up fluid, you don't stop. Guards gang rape you and you don't stop. They take your commissary, you don't stop. Your mother's being buried, you don't stop. When nothing is forgiven, you don't stop. When life's not living, you don't stop. You just push through and you don't stop. Coughing up fluid, you don't stop. God's gang rape you and you don't stop. Broken and bruised, you don't stop. They take your commissary, you don't stop. Your mother's being buried, you don't stop. When nothing is forgiven, you don't stop. When life's not living, you don't stop. You just push through, you don't stop. Coughing up fluid, you don't stop. God's gang rape.